Hey folks, Wish SE up here in New Hampshire. We're going to do a review today of the Beretta M9, the 92 FS that was adopted by the military in 1985. I'm going to give you some perspectives on what I think about the gun, pros and cons. To start with, it is a large, heavy, fairly wide gun. It is double action, and so that first shot will reciprocate the slide and put you into a single action mode, but it is a long, very heavy, and not exactly smooth trigger in double action. Now, a lot of people get used to it, and that's fine, and I'm sure that many people, and in fact I've seen them shoot in competition, shoot this gun extremely well. So that's just a matter of you getting used to it. The second thing for me that I don't like, other than its size, is the fact that the safety and decocking mechanism up here is just not in a natural place for me. You know, anybody who's run a Browning or 1911, you know, that safety is right up where your thumb can actuate it. Here, I've got to almost change the grip of the gun. I mean, I really got to reach up there to get that. And that just, for me, is not comfortable, natural, or intuitive. Again, if I trained with it, I'm sure I'd get used to it. The safety is set up with a decocker, so if I've got the gun in single action, I want to decock it, I can easily use that safety, bringing it down, which engages that safety and makes the trigger inoperable. One downside with this setup that I've seen in classes and in some competitions that I've done with people who don't run this gun regularly is when you're doing a gross motor skill, cycling the slide, it is possible, if you're really, you know, working hard, to engage that safety as it's going across. And so in this case, right, the safety's not on. As I'm going across to cycle the gun, I put the safety on, decock the gun, and now I've got squishy trigger. I saw this happen last year at a class that I was at with a guy that was in the military, and he was running it. He kept inducing, when we were doing malfunctions clearances, he kept inducing that type of situation with his safety. So, not a deal breaker, but it is something to be aware of. The last thing that I'm not crazy about is the fact that there's sharp sight on the back here as you cycle the slide. If you use that method, like I do, the sort of the slingshot, you know, bringing the gun out. This very sharp, it has some very sharp and rough edges. It's also fairly narrow, so the channel as you're looking down at it is not as wide as, say, a SIG 226. That's really a competitor to this gun. The other thing is the trigger itself. Long double action pull, heavy, single action pull. I'm guessing is maybe 4 pounds, maybe 4.5 pounds. Not as good feeling to me as the SIG. I've shot the SIG more. I have not shot the Beretta much at all, and so that may just be me getting used to it. Other than those things that are subjective, I think the gun is beautiful. I mean, it's extremely well made. It's certainly proven itself for years now with our military. I'm not going into the controversy of 9mm versus 45 ACP. That's a whole other discussion. Yet, I think that this gun is certainly a good gun for those people considering maybe a large service-sized pistol that the military and police use for self-defense or personal protection. So we're going to go to the range now. We're going to shoot some various drills and give a perspective on how the gun is from an accuracy standpoint. That being said, I want to make sure that I make it very clear, I don't shoot this gun. This is not my gun. And it was lent to me by Jason. Thank you, Jason. So I'm going to work very hard on a new trigger, which means the gun probably is capable of far more accuracy than I'm going to show you today, simply because I don't know the trigger, and we've got that transition between long double action to single action, and I'm used to striker-fired guns, so very different trigger. I'll do my best to do the gun justice, but keep in mind that the gun is probably capable of much, much greater accuracy than me shooting it today simply because I don't know the trigger. Thanks so much for watching this video. I think you'll enjoy the range time. We're going to get to that right now, and stop talking. Let's get to it. Beretta 92, the M9, was adopted in 1985 by the United States Armed Forces. We're going to talk about the gun and shoot it a little. Special shout out to Jason for loaning me this gun to shoot the video. If you like this video or any of the videos that we do, we ask that you click the thumbs up icon, give us your feedback, let us know what you think. Finally, invite your friends and family to join the channel. We appreciate having them as subscribers. Let's get to it. M9. Sweet. The Beretta's action is double action to single action. So the first shot is that long double action pull, which is very long and heavy. And then as the side cycles and reciprocates, we're back into a single action mode. So many people, when they get this gun, is they come out, they chamber around, and they shoot in single action mode all day long. And they never practice the transition between double to single action, which really is difficult for most people to manage. So we're going to shoot it. I'm going to shoot both in single and double action. I'll do some decocking of the gun and basically see how it goes. I'm first going to shoot some accuracy. I'm a little beyond. I'm about 8 yards. I got several people here on the range, but we've got our targets out there. We'll shoot and we'll take a look at our target. So I'm going to shoot, I don't know, 6 shots in single action mode. Get used to the trigger. Have not shot this gun before. So I'm going to shoot 5 rounds. I'm going to decock after one and really work that double action trigger. I'm shooting into center mass area of my target out there. And it's just a really long trigger. And I'm not saying that it can't be mastered. I'm just saying you really would have to work on this to make sure that you consistent trigger press all the way through. One thing about the Beretta, it's a big gun. It's really a big gun for the caliber that it shoots. Nothing wrong with that because it's quite soft shooting. But it is big. Okay, so I took 5 single double action shots at our target out there, which is about 8 yards. We'll take a look at it. They're in there. I had to be very deliberate about that, so let's take a look. Okay, so those were our 5 shots again. Double action only. I shot it, I decocked, I came back, released the safety shot, double action again. It's a lot of work. Our group end to end out there is maybe 2 inches. So with proper deliberation, you can certainly get the hits in there. I'm now going to shoot a 5 shots in single action mode, and we'll see what that looks like. And, it's a triangle area. We'll take a look at the target. Not bad. So we took 5 shots, decent group on the right, but then we kind of opened up. But again, within the scoring area of this SEB target here at 8 yards. So, decent, certainly decent accuracy. And I'm sure if I practiced with this gun enough, I'd get to the point where I had much better consistent accuracy than I'm delivering right now. So we've got some steel. They're hard to see with our shadow that we've got running right now. But we'll at least be able to hear it as we ring it. Again, not quite used to this Beretta trigger yet, and I'm pressing some shots down because I'm just not familiar with it. Need to keep practicing. "10 yards away, aiming at number 1.
Got a little bit better group, it looks like, with our Beretta. Again, 10 yards away, shooting the Winchester ball ammo, the 124 NATO. I'm feeling all this stuff on the safety or decocking mechanisms on here, so there's a lot of stuff that's going on. The other thing that I've seen happen in classes is people with malfunction drills is they'll be clearing the Beretta, and as they press this down and back, they actually decock the gun and put the safety on, right? If I'm doing this gross motor skill and I get a hold of that, guess what? I go back up to fire and I'm in safe, so I've got to work that. So I've seen that happen so many times in classes. So guy clears his gun, right? He's got some kind of malfunction, tap, rack, and as he's racking it, what happens is this. On either side, he ends up pressing this down, and all of a sudden, the gun has its safety on. Well, folks, that wraps it up. That's a quick look at the Beretta M9 service pistol used by the United States military right now, in addition to the M11, which is basically a SIG 228. I want to thank all of you for watching. Again, my shout out to Jason for letting us shoot this gun. Very nice gun. Really enjoyed shooting it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe.